Hey guys, it's Allie, and welcome to episode 2 of DollCast, the AG podcast. In this episode, I have a very special guest, one who you guys probably know and love, and that is Teddy from Sm0ldolls.
Woo, hi!
So what we are going to be talking about today is AGtube isn't dead, which is a big trend recently in the small AGtube community, but something that you and your channel have always been a big part of. And then diversity issues, which I know is something you are a big advocate of.
Yes.
Let's start off with AGtube isn't dead. Do you have anything to say?
Oh my god, okay. So, I know that I've put this on multiple shirts, and I've always been, AGtube isn't dead, but we gotta face it, unless you're like a big account, unless you're like Annabasil Mensos, AG Overseas Fan, Mixie7, our views have gone down a lot, and there are just overall a lot less AGtubers. Like, I feel like, we used to have really big AGtubers, and then like medium-sized one and little, like we used to have a huge range of AGtubers. I feel like it's kind of become, we have our really big accounts, and then there are small accounts.
Yeah, I consider myself a small to medium AGtuber, I guess, because a lot of people, especially in the small community, will like know who I am and stuff. Also, to support AGtubers, if you ask me to subscribe to you and you have an AG channel, I will usually subscribe to you.
I consider myself like a small AGtuber.
But like, you're so well known and you have some videos which have like a lot of views.
Well, like, okay, when I go to, this is gonna sound like a flex or a brag, that's not what I'm not trying to say, but like when I like go to certain place, like AG places, yeah, like the benefit sale or the store stuff, people know who I am.
Even if you're not having a meetup?
It depends. One time I was at my meetup and I was meeting people, and this girl from the store came up to me and she was like, "Hi, Teddy." And she was like, "I didn't expect you to be here." Anyways, to make a long story short, she was at the AG store and she did not know I was having a meetup, but she knew who I was, even though I had been advertising the meetup, and I was very upset with her. Anyways, I just still consider myself a smaller account because I've only been, I guess, big-ish since 2016 maybe. I feel like my growth, like my account has kind of like gone smaller since then.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But another thing though, and I find this about a lot of AGtubers, but especially in the small community, you have like that cult group of fans that are like always watching your videos and like always commenting on your stuff, which I appreciate so much.
Yeah. Definitely. I know that I have a certain, like, maybe like 1,000 or 2,000 followers and subscribers or whatever that always watch my videos and always whatever. But, I have, like 15,000 subscribers. And you can tell I'm not getting 15,000 views on my videos.
Yeah,
so
same.
Obviously AGtube's a little dead.
I have over 1,000 subscribers. Only a few of my videos actually have over 1,000 views.
Yeah.
I don't mind it as much because people, they won't use their accounts anymore. For the most part, my views on YouTube are pretty consistent though. Like I usually get around 200 to 300 views a video, which compared to the amount of subscribers I have isn't great, but it's still better than that ratio of active to inactive followers I have on Instagram. Where I have 4,000 Instagram followers, only about 400, 500 or so are active.
Oh my god. I have, 15,000 subscribers, and usually my video, okay, if it does well, it'll get maybe 10,000. My average view count, though, is only like 1,000 to 4,000. That's good, and that's okay, I'm getting my coin, getting the bread, but I feel like with 15,000, most people get more views than they have subscribers.
And it's also like during the school year, because like I know during the summer, especially on AGIG for me, everything gets more views.
Yeah.
Everything gets like more likes. And I get why. For me, at the end of the day, even if it's not the day it uploads, if I want to watch something on YouTube, I'm going to end up watching it. I'm going to end up liking people's posts. And I know that we're all busy and stuff, but I'm not the type of person who's willing to give up YouTube for like several months just to focus on school.
That's true, but in the summer I have more time to film. I don't completely stop watching YouTube over the school year, but I have less time to. And so I mainly am engaged with Instagram and YouTube and stuff over the summer. And I really noticed that with my followers too. Like over the summer, I was getting like 800 likes a post. I was doing really well over the summer. I was getting a lot of views and stuff. And now that's really kind of died down, and obviously it also has to do with the fact that I like took a break, but
yeah,
I noticed that with a lot of other people too. I feel like there are other factors playing into it.
So another reason people say AGtube isn't dead, and I know a lot of people talk about this, but it's like you have the original core group of AGtubers. So, like, the people who were so big but then left, like $5 Basil Mentos.
For the people who really remember, we had, like, XX Molly Girl X, Girl of the Year Studios.
I only started watching in 2014, so...
Oh my god.
Well, because when I got my first doll, I was watching a bunch of my Froggy Stuff videos, so I could, like, make stuff for my doll, because I was a broke little kid.
Me.
And then an AG Overseas fan, the Elsa Room, which anyone who watched AGtube then knew that video, popped up in my recommended, and then my sister wanted to watch it, and then me being the overcautious person was like, no, let's stick to the channels we know. Anyway, through watching AG Overseas Fan, I learned about other AG channels, and then eventually I wanted my own, and here we are!
Oh my god, does anyone remember Forever AGs? Do you know who she is?
I never watched old AGtube, but I watched Basil Mentos was big, $5 was big, AG Smiles and Aspen Heights was big, but I didn't get into Aspen Heights till later.
I remember Aspen Heights. I completely, like, forgot about that.
My IRL friend, she knows about my dolls, and she was like, I watched Aspen Heights, but she never owned an American Girl doll, was never into it. She just loved the series. And now she's known as my friend who likes Aspen Heights.
I had a friend who did that too. I had a friend, she wasn't into dolls at all, and yeah, she watched Aspen Heights.
So pretty much, because all these people have become inactive and don't post as much, a lot of people are like, oh, it's dead, because people don't want to explore. I know so many small channels who are active and who have really good quality content. And if you watch my first episode of the podcast, I shouted out a few. Don't feel like, oh, this person doesn't have a lot of subscribers, their content sucks. Because, seriously, we just need people to, like, notice us, and then we can grow and revive AGtube. We're known as the revival generation.
I think it's also harder to grow your channel now because the people who are big stay big. Anna and Basil Mentos gets like 1 million views a video. But I think if you're a small account now and you're just making your AGtube now, it's really hard to grow it. The only person I've seen like recently like really...
AG Jitters?
Yeah! Andrea's like the only person I've recently seen really grow. I have known Andrea since she had under 100 subscribers. I was like the first AG-tuber Andrea knew. I like asked her to collab. Anyways, to make a long story short, Andrea's my homegirl and I stan her.
Even though because of the Ricky Dillon and Shane Dawson video, she gained like 1,000 subscribers really fast, a lot of her stats and analytics have been going down because they don't actually really view the video. Hey, editing Ally here, and I don't know why it sounds like I have a lisp, because I do not have a lisp. Anyways, back to the podcast. And a lot of them aren't actually AG fans. I'm so happy for her success, and she deserves it so much because she's so talented.
Yeah. And I think also when Andrea started, she got recognized by a lot of big AG-tubers like Mixie Pixie 7.
She posted like a mini movie or like a full movie.
She won a Sophie Award, right?
Not her first year nominated, but her second year.
I remember the Sophie Awards used to be such a big deal.
I feel like they still are, and like I'm honestly really happy that she changed it to be like you can only be nominated if you have under 2K, because it's something that a big AG-tuber is doing to help feature smaller creators, and I really appreciate that.
But okay, here's my thing with the Sophie Awards. So I was really small for the first few years up until 2016. I've had my channel since 2011. And I always wanted to win a Sophie Award so bad. I always had like 300 subscribers. And then in 2017, when Gabriella came out and I had my whole rant about her, I blew up really fast. I got like 3,000 subscribers in a month. The summer came and I think I had 4,000 subscribers. And she used to have the limit as 4,000, I think. But then that summer she moved the limit down to like 2,000 or something. And I was so mad because every year before that I couldn't have won a Sophie because I was too small and no one knew who I was. But then that year I couldn't have won a Sophie because I had too many subscribers to qualify. And I was just so angry because that was like my lifelong dream to win a Sophie.
No, I get it. Like Paris Winners AG, everyone was nominating her, but like right before the Sophie Award started, she hit 2K.
Oh my god.
She's grown so much this year.
Yeah, Paris has also grown a lot, but she's also been here since 2014, I think.
She's so talented and I love her so much.
Yeah, I love her photos. They're so like unique.
And she's so sweet.
When I like first met her, I thought that she had just made her channel, but like she told me no, she's been around for a long time.
But then she really only blew up within the past 2 years.
But like you can tell like Paris and Andrea like both grew a lot recently, but Like, those are two of the only, like, things that I can think of. And also, Andrea's been making videos. Obviously, she only started her channel in, like, 2015. Or when did she start it? 2016?
2016, or actually maybe even 2017.
She's been making videos since she was, like, 7 though. So you really, like, now if you want to, like, get big, you have to work really hard at it. And maybe it's because I feel like there was kind of like an overabundance for a while of new age YouTubers, so like competition got stronger. I don't really know. I don't really get how the whole thing works. I'm just here to do my job and clock out.
So to conclude the whole AGtube isn't dead portion, please go subscribe and support those smaller AG channels. And the more you do that, the more you help them grow and revive AGtube.
Yes.
So now let's move on to diversity issues. And I know you're a very big advocate of diversity. You have that whole video about like black hair and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on AG's diversity?
In 2016, when I started, you know, being mad on my channel about diversity, and I started like picking up subscribers, and I just started, you know, my whole thing with it, there was no one really talking about it. Maybe a little on AGIG. On AGtube, literally no one cared about diversity. Everyone's channels was like, you know, just looked so white. When I started doing that, you know, I didn't start the whole diversity with American Girl movement. I actually got like a lot of what I know from other AGIGers.
Yeah, I feel like diversity is a bigger issue on AGIG.
Yeah.
I feel like on AGtube, if you have a whole collection of white dolls, you're not really going to get bullied or like people are going to get mad at you. But on AGIG, everyone's just going to start attacking you.
Exactly.
AGIG can be so toxic.
There's actually another video about diversity that I have an idea for. I don't want to talk about it right here, but it's definitely going to be directed at some of these AGIGers, but
I'll cut this out, but like...
No.
Oh, then who?
You'll see. I've noticed a lot of changes though since I've started talking about it, and like I'm not trying to take credit for all of it and not trying to say that it was all my doing, just to create a time frame. I think a really big movement have started since like 2016 and 2017. American Girl has, you know, while they have, you know, they have, what's it called? Cubed? Is that what it's called when they?
Yeah, people call it cubed.
Since they've cubed Addie and have really started downsizing Josefina's collection and don't advertise Kaya a lot, you know, they've started their boy line, in which we have an Addie mold with natural hair, like almost 4C kind of hair. We have Danae that's come out. We have the new darker skin tone. Addie used to be that dark, but then they started making her lighter, but now we have number 80.
One thing I like about American Girl is they like address their complaints. Like they see us, they're active on social media. If we complain about the eyes, they change the eyes. We complain about the bodies, and like they'll fix stuff. And I've noticed they've been doing that with diversity.
Sometimes I think they're a little slow and reluctant, but you know, they'll do it eventually. And the only thing that I really think needs to be done is finally give us a well done Black Girl of the Year, like Addie mold and dark skin. I mean, Gabriella was a flop, you know? She was a recycled doll.
I know we all hate Tenny Grant here. Well, I mean, I don't hate her as much. I honestly think American Girl should have made her the Girl of the Year.
Exactly.
Over like a really rushed Gabriella. I don't mind her because like I have Gabriella because she's such a pretty doll, but it's just like I dance and all, but I'm getting sick of the Dancer Girl of the Years.
I know. Like American Girl insiders, you know, employees there have said that Tenny was created to be Girl of the Year. But when American Girl saw this whole Black Girl of the Year movement coming up, they decided to just rush one. And that's why, you know, they couldn't even produce a t-shirt to be given out at her release because they always have that Girl of the Year t-shirt given out.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, they gave away a notebook. And like Luciana had one, Tenny had one, Leah had a sarong, Grace had an apron, Blair had an apron. But you know what? Gabriella got a cookie. Gabriella got a cookie and a notebook.
Honestly, I prefer a cookie over a skirt.
Also, though, with this, a lot of AGIGers see the whole diversity thing as just like a move to be politically correct. I was looking through this account. I'm not going to name any names, of course, but there's this big AGIGer. I was looking through her photography. Her feed was almost entirely white. I think she had 158 in like one of her photos.
Wait, I can cut this out if it is them, but like...
No.
Who is it?
I don't want to say. Okay, you know what? My career's already like been deemed like the problematic AGIG.
I'm cutting this out.
Okay, you promise you'll cut this out?
Promise.
Okay, you know...
Oh, really?
Her feed is just so Caucasian. She's like a very nice girl. She's very talented. You know, a lot of her dolls are redheads or blondes. Almost all of them are white.
Do we know her whole collection though? Because maybe she doesn't photograph all of her dolls.
Well, even so, the dolls that like you photograph are the dolls that you like. I know that I take photos of the dolls that I actually like. No one really says anything about it. She'll post like her one token black doll every now and then.
So thank you so much, Teddy, for being on this episode. I'll have her channel and Instagram linked down below.
Please subscribe to me, guys. I'm trying to grow.
Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.
A big thumbs up. And smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to AllycatlovesAG.
You could just take over my channel, honestly. You pretty much said everything that needed to be said. Ring that bell so you're notified. And then if you guys did not watch the first episode of DollCast, please go do that. That should be linked in the I button.
Smash that link in the I button.
Thanks again to Teddy for being here, and have an amazing day, you guys, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!
Adios, muchachos.